Ross alongside Excalibur and Tony Schiavone. This is AEW Dynamite live from Chicago.
And tonight, Chicago's own CM Punk will be live in the ring ahead of his return to action this weekend.
And I'll be making my way to the ring to talk to Chris Jericho about a very strong decision he's made regarding his career.
And a massive 8-man tag team match main event, The Bucks, Gallows and Anderson versus the Lucha Brothers, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
And we'll have a sit-down I had earlier with MJF. That'll be coming up later tonight. Brian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs will also go one-on-one tonight.
And stemming from what we saw last week on Rampage, Ty Conti takes on Penelope Ford, plus freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy takes on the HFO's Jack Evans.
And this is a pro wrestling tag team matchup I cannot wait to see. Santana and Ortiz take on FTR. Yes, Tully Blanchard will be at ringside. This match is not later tonight, it's next.
Your opening contest on AEW Dynamite is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied to the ring by Tully Blanchard from Asheville, North Carolina, at a combined weight of 443 pounds. Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, FTR.
FTR, of course, with great respect to the past, paying homage to the beautiful Bobby Eaton, but this battle, this rivalry between Santana and Ortiz really kicked into high gear at Double or Nothing, Tony.
They kicked into high gear, and then they attacked members of the Inner Circle. And take a look at what happened here at Fight for the Fallen when Cash Wheeler injured his arm, and he's been out of action since then, guys.
It was a freak accident, a deep laceration that cut down to the fascia layer, which required 25 stitches to close and a constant pressure bandage.
I love this team because this team likes to fight, both of them.
And their opponents from New York, at a combined weight of 425 pounds, Santana and Ortiz.
This has been a hell of a rivalry, guys. Two of the greatest tag teams in AEW. And what a way to kick off our 100th edition of Dynamite here on TNT. How about that for a milestone, guys?
Who said it wouldn't make it?
We all knew it would, buddy.
We have not seen Santana and Ortiz dressed for war since Blood and Guts with the face paint on.
Dead presidents, baby.
These two teams have exchanged a lot of blood. They've left a lot of it on the ground in arenas around the country. But this one, we've been waiting for because of the injury.
And before this match gets underway, we'd like to thank our official sponsor, State Farm, for their support. State Farm is a part of the AEW family. Consider letting them become a part of yours. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I like that homage to Bobby Eaton, my late friend. Tony, your late friend as well.
Absolutely.
On the back of the tights of FTR. I appreciate that. A lot of respect for those guys for doing that.
Well, they respect the business, Jim, and we all do. And they respect their opponents here as well. I know they do. That's why very, very cautious for Dax to get started here against Santana.
And of course, we're live here in Chicago for Dynamite, but we'll be back this Friday night for AEW Rampage. You can witness Chicago's own CM Punk live as we head into the all-out pay-per-view weekend. Tickets on sale, AEWTIX.com. And then next week, AEW makes our Cincinnati debut. Jon Moxley returns home at the Fifth Third Arena at the University of Cincinnati next Wednesday, September 8th. Tickets for both events on sale right now, AEWTIX.com.
So you got to remember, AEWTIX.com.
And of course, after Rampage this Friday night at 11 p.m. on TNT, we will have the countdown to All Out. Great 90 minutes of action starting at 10 p.m. this Friday night on TNT.
That's a pretty cool deal, 90 minutes of action on Friday night, Tony.
Absolutely. You're going to get all the stories heading, all the talk heading up to the big event right here in this arena on Sunday night, All Out.
Nice basic side headlock right into a shoulder tackle.
But look at Santana getting right up and back into the face of Dax Harwood. Dax might have chipped a tooth on that.
Hard knife-edge chop that could be heard resoundingly throughout the arena.
After this big grudge match, let's not forget that coming up next, right after this match, CM Punk will be with us. We will hear from him live. Nothing like CM Punk in his hometown of Chicago, Illinois.
JR, you will be speaking to Chris Jericho ahead of his final fight coming up this Sunday night on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I hope it's not his final fight, but it could be. Of course, Tony had a sit down earlier today with MJF. That should have been entertaining.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry for you, Tony.
Yeah, so was I at that time.
And both men trying for the hip toss and getting tied up in the ropes. It was technical, but now it seems to be getting ugly, breaking down, and I wouldn't expect any less between these two teams.
Wow, look at this.
And there it goes.
They've had a long time for this to build up, and here we go.
And the fans want to see this. Listen to them erupt.
Santana Ortiz sending Harwood and Wheeler to the outside. You saw Cash Wheeler clutching that arm very close to his chest.
Like you said, 25 stitches. Had him on the injured list for a few weeks.
They're going to go for it. They're going to go for it.
Stereos.
Ortiz lands on his damn feet, Excalibur.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. Ortiz and Santana coming over the top with the Tope Con Hero. Take another look at this.
High risk, high reward. That's the goal.
That is not only sheer athletic ability, that is courage. I've often said that we see so many topes, but I'm always amazed by it.
Ortiz laid out with a shotgun dropkick, and now Santana.
Springboard!
Oh, into the senton off Ortiz's back.
Wow, use your partner as a springboard.
That concrete floor not too inviting for anybody. Man, Santana and Ortiz have got themselves in amazing condition. They're leaner, they're faster, they're tougher. They may argue that point. They said, we've always been tough. But they're damn sure leaner and faster, and I like that.
I do too, man. I like their story about where they came from, their upbringing, how they had to fight to get to this point in their career. Much can be said about Dax and Cash, I know. 4 young men who have really, really worked hard to get to this point, to get in the ring on Dynamite, AEW in the 100th edition.
But if you talk to both teams, they'll tell you, we have a lot of unfinished business to take care of here at AEW. We want to be the tag team champions. We want what the Young Bucks have.
And the Young Bucks will be facing the Lucha Brothers inside the steel cage this Sunday on pay-per-view at All Out with the AEW World Tag Team Championship on the line.
Top to bottom, our best pay-per-view card, no doubt. Ooh.
Yeah, you know, the thing about it is that if you don't have a ticket, it's pay-per-view all the way.
Well, of course it is.
Pay-per-view or the Bleacher Report app or Fight TV internationally. You do not want to miss All Out this Sunday. And you see, again, Cash Wheeler clutching that arm very close to his chest. He did mention that doesn't have full feeling all the way down into his fingertips. That could be affecting him.
Well, he's a competitor, and he's a fighter, so he's going to get in there, but you got to wonder, maybe a little bit too early for him to get in there, especially in a grudge match like this.
You just hope the adrenaline overtakes Wheeler. He's going for a cover now. Got a 1 count only.
Wheeler was cleared by our medical team here, Doc Sampson, our crew chief, and he's been cleared to compete, but are the psychological wounds still playing an effect?
Oh, wow. I mean, we saw the blood on the floor, but, I mean, that hook of the turnbuckle just...
Yeah, I've never seen anything.
I know.
I've never seen anything like that in my entire career.
Yeah, just
that
dug
injury.
right down into it.
An absolute freak accident is now Dax Harwood stomping on the arm of Ortiz, looking to inflict similar punishment that was received by Cash Wheeler.
That's a page out of the old Anderson, Ole and Jean's playbook, Tony.
Yeah.
Using that flat of the foot, which is legal, by the way.
It sure is. Let's not forget that Dax and Cash were the team that dethroned Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page after that great World Tag Team title run they had of 228 days. And it was last year at All Out they did that.
Yeah, like Dax and Cash have been to the top of the mountain here in the tag team division. They know what it takes to get there, and they most certainly know that the road back to the top goes through Santana Ortiz. Oh! Cash Wheeler just ripped the top turnbuckle pad off the neutral corner.
And now he's got the referee's attention in his corner, so there you see that neutral corner, bottom left.
Zebra manipulation happens all the time in pro wrestling.
Oh, no!
With this, turnbuckle's exposed.
The
eye for an eye here, maybe.
But Santana trying to come to his partner's aid, but
Santana trying to intervene, obviously, and rightfully so.
This is a first grudge match. Got a lot of grudge matches on this card tonight, leading up to our biggest pay-per-view ever and that's in the mere days. It's this weekend. And what a night we have. We have Orange Cassidy coming up. We've mentioned about that. We have Ty Conte and Penelope, and that grudge that's been going on. And then, of course, on Sunday, our biggest pay-per-view ever. We've talked about what it means for many of the athletes. Leading to the Sunday. Man, you talking about rearing back or hauling off.
And Tony, don't forget about the dissension in the former allies of Team Taz. Powerhouse Hobbs and Brian Cage going one-on-one later tonight.
That's another big grudge we got leading up to All Out.
Santana makes the tag. Coming in, taking on both members of FTR here. Back, elbows, clotheslines, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Stayed in the ring maybe a little bit too long that time. But no, he's still in control here.
He's got Cash hooked up. Oh! Using his partner.
FTR saying, what the hell is going on?
Really innovative.
That's against him, and now Santana perhaps looking for the three amigos. There's two.
Viva la Raza, Tony.
And he hits the trifecta.
And listen to the fans.
Huge crowd here tonight. They're full of P&V, I can tell you. And it's only going to get better.
Yes, they are. Here we go.
The frog splash. The hook of the far leg. Oh,
wow, barely.
It took a lot of guts, a lot of fortitude to kick out of that, as the expression on Santana's face will adhere to and sign off on. He thought he had it.
Eddie Guerrero, such an inspiration to Latinx wrestlers all over the world. How meaningful would that have been for Santana to put away FTR with that frog splash?
It would have meant a lot to those guys. No doubt about that, Excalibur.
Let's not...
They got great role models, as we all should have in our lives.
Tremendous double team here by Santana Ortiz. Ortiz comes through the cutter.
That was nice.
Don't forget CM Punk is coming up live next. That is next here on Dynamite.
1, 2, no! Cash Wheeler, a timely intervention.
They got there just in time to stop that near fall, but every time now that FTR is trying to regain some momentum, it's shut down.
Oh, Santana, I don't think saw Dax Harwood coming in. Ortiz rolls through, no. Wheeler with an uppercut.
Man, what a shot. What a shot.
Oh, Dax.
Brainbuster.
The axe just planted him.
Brainbuster.
2.
It's no.
Oh, he kicked out.
That's how Dax put away Ortiz at Fight for the Fallen, but Ortiz still with something left in the tank.
Last time it was enough. This time not, and boy, Dax is frustrated about that.
Blanchard and Dax looking at the referee like his count was wrong, but there's nothing wrong with the count whatsoever.
No, not at all, JR, you're right.
Just you got to do a little bit better.
What a hell of a way to kick off this program. What a hell of a way to kick off our time in Chicago.
We're watching two of the very best tag teams in the entire world.
Oh, Santana shot to the midsection.
Roll through.
2, no.
Wow.
Oh, what a near fall. I thought he had it.
Wheeler able to break free from the grip of Ortiz, but Ortiz those shots to the ribs. Charging into the corner.
This match got a 20-minute time limit for keeping score at home.
Yeah, and boy, Wheeler's in the wrong corner, guys.
He absolutely is.
Yeah.
Santana Ortiz taking advantage.
Nice double team offense.
Wheeler sent for a ride. 1, 2, no!
I'll show you how good the referee Posey is. Theoretically, you're supposed to clear the ring, but there's only 2 guys in the ring. Right. He let the play continue. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike Posey. Good judgment.
Look at
Or Paul Turner I'm talking about. Hey, I'm excited. What the hell?
Take
me to the woodshed, Tony.
We've only been on the air, like not even 15 minutes, and we are seeing a great grudge match. And we got...
Oh! Santana sent from the top. That's how Wheeler got his arm caught in that freak injury, but now Wheeler with Ortiz in the gory special. Oh!
The gory Guerrero special, we might add.
And he
shoots the half.
He flattened Ortiz, but Ortiz kicking out.
Yeah, he really didn't have the shoulders covered at all that time.
Tully Blanchard on the outside, who's put this game plan together, is somewhat incredulous that FTR hasn't put these guys away.
The tag made. Dax Harwood now the legal man along with Ortiz.
The guy circled around.
And he put his body in between Ortiz and the opposing corner. And this crowd, it's a 50-50 split here in Chicago.
They got their favorites on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
All right, look at this. This is great tag work here. Tag was made. Great communication.
Instead, look, they've used this before. We've seen FTR use the Powerplex before, but Santana.
Yep.
Santana has now interrupted.
Wow.
Big time suplex off the top.
And what has Cash Wheeler got in mind? Is he going to go for the pin, or is... Yes. Goes for the splash. Nope. Ortiz rolls inward. Enziguri.
That might have been somewhat indecisive on FTR's part.
I believe it was a balance thing as well.
Oh, the big rig!
The big rig should do it.
1, 2, no!
And Santana got there at exactly the latest hour he could arrive.
Yeah. Barely in the nick of time. And look at the bodies.
What a tag team matchup, folks. And we're just kicking off a 2-hour live broadcast here in Chicago.
And these fans are loving it.
We're seeing this battle between the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle. And of course, this weekend, we will see what could be Chris Jericho's final fight as he takes on MJF live this Sunday at All Out.
I don't know why Jericho hung that stipulation on himself. I really don't get it. I'm going to find out tonight.
Ortiz, the Bandera sends him up and over the top. Santana, the legal man, rolls through. Oh, that cutter!
Man, that was tricky. To roll through, roll back, and get the cutter.
The lung blower, the thrust kick. What combination offense by Santana Ortiz.
It shows you what kind of tough man.
Wheeler flattened again. The deep hook, and Santana Ortiz are victorious.
Now the winner of this match, Santana and Ortiz.
Damn it, guys, they earned this one. They earned every bit of it. They pushed each other to the limit, and now the fans that'll be standing when CM Punk comes out next.
Tremendous victory for Santana Ortiz, but Tony, CM Punk is going to be back here in Chicago.
CM Punk returns to Chicago up next. As a matter of fact, he's got Darby Allin coming up at All Out, but let's listen to this from Daniel Garcia.
Darby, you got Punk on the mind, don't you? But I'll tell you right now, you do not look past our son, Daniel Garcia.
You certainly don't want to look to Sunday, because, guys, it's arguably the biggest match in AEW history, right? Darby Allin versus CM Punk, and I'm excited, but I'm not excited about the match. I'm excited because we're going to be the guys who take that match away from everybody.
Take it away.
Darby Allin this Friday on Rampage, when I take you down to the canvas and twist your body into the most uncomfortable ways that I can imagine. I'm going to hurt you. And there is not a shot that you make it to All Out.
Could Daniel Garcia upset this huge match coming up this weekend? We'll find out on Rampage, but up next, CM Punk live in the center of the ring. The eyes of the world will be on Chicago, Illinois this Sunday as CM Punk makes his return to the ring for the first time in over 7 years. And it was recently announced that the first ever AEW trading cards from Upper Deck will be in stores this fall, but for a limited time, you can get a special CM Punk preview card. Visit UpperDeckEpack.com before Friday at noon Eastern to get your hands on this rare CM Punk preview card.
Upper Deck, a great company. I've been collecting their cards since I was a kid.
I've been collecting them, yeah, absolutely. I got their very first series of baseball cards. And I want to say that there is nothing like his entrance here in Chicago, but he'll be stepping in the ring against Darby Allin. And that, to me, has more intrigue in any match that I can remember in many, many years.
And also, intrigue added about What's Punk got left in his tank?
Right.
He said that himself. He's not sure.
Well, we will find out live this Sunday night, September 5th, all out on pay-per-view. The Bleacher Report app or Fight TV internationally. Also in select theaters around the country. There are so many ways to watch this historic event. You do not want to miss it.
It's a great time to be a fan of pro wrestling. A wonderful time.
CM Punk was my wife Jen's one of her favorites, and she had a cat named Mickey.
Yeah.
And she sang to Mickey, the cat with personality. to this music.
And now the fans are singing to him.
He's got a connection with all people. That's incredible. I've only seen it a half a dozen times, if that, in my entire 40-plus year career. It's really astonishing.
Are you guys sick of me yet? Because I got to tell you, this is too good to be true. I could spend weeks, months, just hearing Cult of Personality and coming out here and feeling that love. I think there might be some people out there who get a little bit tired of it real fast, but I got to say, guys, seriously, I'm not one of them, so I'm doing my best to enjoy this while it lasts. Because I know on Sunday, just a few days away in this very same building, this could all end for me. Looking at it realistically, guys, I haven't wrestled in 7 years. I'm nervous. Dare I use the word scared? But listen, knowing that Sunday this could all end, I want to make a promise to you guys right now. I'm going to promise that each and every single time I lace up my boots, I make a promise to you that every single time I come down that aisle, I'm going to give you guys the best.
What is this
all about?
Daniel Garcia in 2.0. They threatened to disrupt this match.
Come on, you punks. You snot-nosed punks.
Punks are right. And they're punking Punk right now is what they're doing.
And Garcia
doing anything for publicity, get their name out in the light, so to speak.
Garcia will be going one-on-one with Darby Allin live this Friday night on Rampage, but they're not waiting.
Now they're trying to stop the most anticipated pay-per-view match that we've had in years, maybe ever.
It's a cowardly attack from three classless individuals on CM Punk, who didn't even have the chance to. Wait a minute. Now what?
It's Darby and Sting.
Darby Allin and Sting Sunday night on pay-per-view, and here we go. Darby Allin, what we're seeing here.
Darby Allin and Garcia are gonna go to war this Friday night on Rampage, but now Punk and Sting with 2.0 inside the ring.
Those right hands, rights and lefts. An ambidextrous spracker is CM Punk.
A tremendous flurry
over there
from CM Punk on Jeff Parker. Now Darby Allin headed up top.
Take a look at this.
The coffin drop, Scorpion Death drop, and now look at this, CM Punk.
Good night.
GTS.
Go to sleep. CM Punk has got to process all this information. His biggest adversary, Darby Allin, they're signed to go one-on-one at the pay-per-view on Sunday at All Out, and Punk he's pissed off. He's a competitive guy. He would fight right now, I think. So would Darby.
Yeah, so would Darby. You're right. Look at this face. I cannot wait till Sunday.
Well, I don't know how much of a favor those yahoos did a moment ago for Darby Allin.
Well, listen. They're on their own time. They're on their own mission.
Boy, this is going to be good. Live, pay-per-view, in the ring.
Wait, Punk's not done. And now he gives Sting the floor.
I gotta admit, I always did want to share a ring with you. Mucho respect, okay? Get that out of the way. Our paths never did cross. All these years have gone by and our paths never did cross, but that was then, and this is now. And speaking of now, it felt really good to watch going to sleep happen right before my very own eyes. It felt good to see a coffin drop right before my very own eyes, and it felt good to Stinger death drop somebody again. It just felt good to clear traffic because we all had the same goal in mind. We don't want anything to stop this match at All Out on Sunday. We moved traffic out of the way, and talking about getting traffic out of the way, that includes the Stinger. This Sunday, I know Darby's ready, and he's gonna face you mano a mano. I know that you're ready. I'm gonna fist pump my partner here and walk back to the dressing room. And then All Out, when Darby Allin, who's very ready, and CM Punk, I know you're ready, when you collide, it's gonna be showtime for sure.
Darby Allin has been staring daggers at CM Punk, but we are just a matter of days away before these two men meet live this Sunday at All Out on pay-per-view.
Young Darby Allin with the biggest match of his life, looking him right in the face. What would it mean to Darby Allin's career, nationally, internationally, to beat CM Punk? And what would it mean to CM Punk to have his first match and lose AEW, which is highly possible.
That's how important this match is to him. And that's our biggest pay-per-view match ever in AEW.
And Sting recognizing the gravity of this situation, this match between Punk and Darby, saying he will not be at ringside. He will let these two go to war. But speaking of wars, the AEW World Championship will be hanging in the balance this Sunday. Kenny Omega defending against Christian Cage. For years, Kenny Omega was known as one of the best wrestlers in the world, if not the best wrestler in the world.
Well, one of the reasons that Kenny Omega has been able to maintain a quote-unquote stranglehold on the AEW World title is because he's just that damn good.
Kenny Omega and Don Callis have made history.
I think Kenny Omega is the best one-on-one wrestler in the world today.
Not many men can say they've beaten Kenny Omega inside an AEW ring. Christian Cage is one of them.
He's undefeated in singles competition. He has pinned Kenny Omega already for the Impact Championship.
He has charisma, he has talent.
How can you really say Kenny Omega is going to lose a big match?
He finds a way to win.
I think this match is going to be unbelievable.
Christian Cage going into a pay-per-view with this kind of momentum might be the worst night of Kenny Omega's life.
Can MJF end the AEW in-ring career of Chris Jericho? He will sit down with our own Tony Schiavone next. And also, Big Money Matt Hardy is sending Jack Evans to take out Orange Cassidy. Can Jack get the job done? Find out next.
We're back live here on AEW Dynamite. Our colleague Tony Schiavone had a great afternoon. He spent a portion of it with MJF. And, well, here's how that went. We've got it all on tape.
Sunday at All Out, Chris Jericho puts his career on the line against this man, the most disgusting, despicable human being that I've ever been around in my life. And I'm going to be very honest with you. This is very uncomfortable for me to do, MJF.
What an intro, Tony. You're such a professional. Cowboy Chris, Corazon de Leon, Lionheart. The man of 1,004 holds, the sexy beast, the Ayatollah of rock and rolla, the best in the world at what you do, the GOAT, the Painmaker, le champion, the demo god, Chris Jericho. 4 decades. 4.
Thank you.
Please. of consistently evolving in order to stay on top of the mountain in professional wrestling, being universally known as the greatest of all time. Your career is absolutely unparalleled, Christopher, and whether I, your greatest critic, cares to admit it or not, you will be forever etched in the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling. But don't get it twisted, buddy. By the time my career is all said and done, I'll be taking your place. And I know wrestling fans are going to take a long time to get used to that. Hell, I might as well be pro wrestling stepdad because I have your shoes to fill, Christopher, and that's no easy feat. However, Muhammad Ali was once considered the greatest boxer in the world. Thought he was the greatest boxer about 1 to 2 times too many because he kept coming back for that spotlight. He turned his brains into scrambled eggs and his body into a shell of what it once was. Look in the mirror, Jericho. After everything I've put you through, you're Ali. Your knees are shaky, your back is achy, it takes you 5 hours to go to sleep at night, and a whole lot longer to get out of bed in the morning. You're on a downward spiral, man. But, just like Ali, you're an addict. You need the spotlight. You crave it. The warm beating of that spotlight is oh too intoxicating for you to stay away. And I've taken that away from you 3 times, Chris. And when a man like you loses that spotlight, you're willing to do just about anything to get it back. That's why you put your career on the line, Chris. And that's why on September 5th, at All Out, I'm going to have the distinct honor and privilege of ending one of the greatest runs in the history of professional wrestling. It is oh so poetic that the same yearning of the spotlight that got you to the dance will be the same reason why your music dies.
That's pretty heavy stuff, boys.
This next bout is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from wherever, weighing whatever, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Over the last few weeks, we have seen the intensity of this rivalry between Orange Cassidy and Matt Hardy continue to ratchet up. And last week, I think, was the hottest it had ever been, Tony. The nose of Matt Hardy, the face busted open, and Orange Cassidy stealing the victory.
Yeah, and I saw Matt Hardy afterwards. I mean, it looks horrible here, but my God, look at this. Hardy wants retribution right now.
Before the bell, he's going right after Orange Cassidy.
And he's gone.
Bryce Remsburg doing the right thing, ejecting Matt Hardy.
Take your damaged face, your busted nose, and get on back yonder. He's been deleted, according to fans.
And Bryce is checking to see if he's okay to continue. Apparently he is. He has asked for the bell. And Jack Evans wasting no time.
And you don't want to give a talented guy like Jack Evans any additional opportunities. He's aggressive. He's got nothing to lose. He's trying to impress big money Matt Hardy, and he can do that in a big-time way by taking out Orange Cassidy.
And he's on a mission here tonight to injure Orange Cassidy, to take him out of action permanently.
I was going to say, I saw Matt Hardy the day after what happened to him at the hands of Orange Cassidy, and it was brutal, guys. I mean, he was swollen. He could hardly breathe out of his nose.
The thing about it is that Matt's been, the doctors have taken great care of Matt.
Yeah, they have.
We've got a good medical team here without question.
Wow. I want to remind everybody that the all-out sale begins this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern at shopaew.com. 20% off everything excluding charity tees and action figures. Use promo code ALLOUT. Free shipping for orders over $150. The sale ends at Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Shopaew.com.
Excalibur, is that hot-selling JR shirt available?
I think it is.
Wow, how about that? Hey, speaking of hot and JR, oh my God, we heard from MJF and what he had to say. JR, you'll be going to the ring pretty soon and be talking to Chris Jericho. I know he has a lot to say about the potential end of his AEW career.
Or does he have a lot to say? That's the question.
Wrestling career, I should say.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy just spiked Jack Evans. Whoa!
And to Evans' credit, he's able to kick out. I just think Chris has put a stipulation on himself. He created a stipulation about if he doesn't win, he won't wrestle again in AEW.
He was going for the orange punch that time, and Jack cook, as we say, a powder. Watch
Jack
out.
Evans bailed out, but the tope suicida by Orange Cassidy. Orange very nearly crashed and burned.
I like this. I like the fact that Orange got his opponent back in the ring very quickly. That's a sign of a smart wrestler.
And the crossbody, that's how he almost put away Hardy last week. No.
Great hang time on that crossbody. He can float in the air.
Well, he put Hardy's nose away in that move.
Oh, Michinoku driver by Orange Cassidy. Leg is hooked. No, Evans able to kick out.
I never thought Taka Michinoku would have a hole named after him. Damnedest things happen.
Yeah, well, you just never know in wrestling, do you?
No.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this.
Oh.
He's taunting
I don't know that
Evans, and he's not only taunting Evans, he's taunting Matt Hardy.
And he baited Jack Evans into a wild swing and a miss, but a standing switch by Evans. Cassidy with a switch of his own.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize those kicks are just mind games. They're not supposed to hurt, but they're a big part of what he does and his makeup and who he is. And look at this.
Jack Evans is a 21-year veteran. He's not going to be out-wrestled hole for hole by Orange Cassidy or anybody else.
And these men trading standing switches in the center of the ring. Cassidy sends Evans into the corner. Evans with the bandera sends Orange up and over the top rope. Orange Cassidy could be looking for another big crossbody.
Found himself on that top turnbuckle in a jeopardized state too long.
Yeah, Jack Evans is so quick, man.
Jack Evans up to the top, thinking maybe superplex. Well, we're going to stick with the action and break. Don't go anywhere. You won't miss a second in picture-in-picture. We will have all of it. Don't go anywhere.
So dangerous. We say it so many times, but there's so many things that can go wrong up here for both men. Probably more things can go wrong than can go right.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Both fighting, jockeying for position on the top. It looks like Jack Evans maybe with the advantage.
Just a push back and Jack could break his neck, man.
And Orange Cassidy trying to bring Evans back in the hard way. And Evans trying to take Orange Cassidy out the even harder way.
Orange was holding on to the right rope there with his right hand.
Right hands to the ribs. Orange Cassidy lighting up Jack Evans, but Evans, the point of the elbow to the crown of the head of Orange Cassidy.
Oh, look at that, Evans. He's unorthodox, he's athletic. He's also he's beefed up a little bit.
Yeah, he's gotten stronger, put on some muscle mass.
But Jack Evans, the spider German suplex.
Man, that's so dangerous.
Absolutely is. Orange Cassidy came down on his shoulder, and he's very unsteady on his feet. Evans up to the top, sky twister kick. Orange Cassidy may be out. The cover, the hook, no.
Boy, he just pushed Jack Evans' head out of the way on that kick out.
But the bottom line is that Jack Evans was a second away from winning.
Well, when he can go up top, that's where Jack Evans lives. One of the places, I should say.
Jack Evans was just a second away from upsetting the #2 ranked Orange Cassidy.
Look at this. He pulled his head up that time.
Yeah, not smart, Jack.
Yeah, well, he's here to hurt him is what he's here for. He's here for retribution. We talked about grudges here tonight.
Well, you can beat him and then hurt him.
I agree.
So
now let's see what he's got in store now, JR.
Jack Evans brings Cassidy up, the delayed vertical suplex.
Evans got to go for the cover.
He's being very deliberate here.
He's been very deliberate. You're exactly right. I'm not so sure I buy into that.
Oh, another PK.
This guy's got greatly educated feet. I've seen him play catch with his buddies at some of our arenas outside with a soccer ball. Very talented.
Oh, look at Orange Cassidy, the inside cradle, 2, 3.
Oh, Orange got him. That quick, that sudden. Can you believe it?
Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Isn't that something? Through all of this, it was a simple inside cradle and roll-up that won it.
We are back live here on TNT, where if you were watching in picture-in-picture in the break, Orange Cassidy stole one from Jack Evans. Jack Evans protesting the decision, but he got beat 1, 2, 3, center of the ring.
Just got out-wrestled. That inside cradle, known as a small package in some circles. Very effective tonight for Orange Cassidy.
He's still complaining. It doesn't matter if Bryce Rensburg says it's over. And another win for Orange Cassidy. And watch out here.
Big money.
Here he comes again. He's
Big
not
money,
done.
Matt Hardy from behind.
Hardy assaulting Orange Cassidy from behind and pummeling him on the canvas like Orange was a government mule.
Yeah, you knew win or lose that Matt Hardy was not done. We saw last week Matt Hardy bloodied by Orange Cassidy, and here comes best friends.
Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta as Matt Hardy was looking for the leech. But
wait a minute.
oh, behind, the HFO, the reinforcements coming in.
Members of the Hardy family office.
What the hell is going on here?
Private Party and Helico, the Blade.
Doing Matt Hardy's dirty work, of course. And now they've got Orange Cassidy completely outnumbered inside the ring.
There's nowhere for Orange to go. Everywhere he looks, everywhere he pulls up, there's a member of...
But look at this.
Jungle Boy!
The cavalry has arrived.
Luchasaurus slides in.
And Marco's stunt. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus will be part of our big 8-man tag team main event here tonight. But they could not stand by.
Next crowd. Loving it. Embracing AEW, and AEW is embracing its fans.
It'll be Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus teaming up with the Lucha Brothers to take on the Young Bucks and Gallows and Anderson, our main event tonight. And we found out last Friday night that it will be Miro versus Eddie Kingston for the TNT Championship this Sunday at All Out.
Call yourself God's favorite champion. Why is the DDT your kryptonite? Because your neck is your kryptonite. Your neck is the chink. I'm going after your neck. I'm going after everything that you love and desire. And that's that TNT Championship, because without that championship, you're no longer God's favorite. Take my hand. We're gonna walk through hell together. And then maybe, if you survive that, you'll get to go to your God's heaven.
Eddie Kingston talking about DDTs and kryptonites. God's favorite champion stays down only for his wife in a hotel room after a victory. The Mad King will realize that redemption comes only after agony. And I'm coming to bring both. This is the word of the Redeemer.
Huge stakes in this TNT Championship match. But coming up next, the Hall of Fame voice of pro wrestling, Jim Ross, will interview Chris Jericho and what could be his final fight.
Well, everybody wants a piece of AEW. They're coming from everywhere. I think it's about time we send a message. But who's still at the top of the food chain in AEW? We get the FedEx back from Tokyo today. One contract. Only one guy with the balls to step through the door. Only one guy with the balls to chase the boogeyman, Satoshi Kojima. And I thought, man, what a treat for the fans in Chicago to see a legend of New Japan live and in person. That's a real treat for the fans. When I started thinking about it, I am insulted. This crazy-ass old man who wants to step in the ring, go toe-to-toe with me. Once that bell rings, I got no respect for anybody. I'm trying to take your head off. It's every time I drop you on your head, I'm trying to break your neck. Every time I squeeze you in the throat, I'm trying to break your esophagus. I'll be heading home to Cincinnati, Ohio with Satoshi Kojima's scalp.
We will have more on that match and all the matches All Out during our countdown show Friday night after Rampage Live. But right now, JR's in the ring.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Bittersweet to be back in the ring here. My first in-ring interview since I've been with AEW. And I'm talking to one of my longest-term wrestling friends. And we'll talk about that momentarily, but I think he's made a bad decision. And I'll tell you and him why when you welcome future Hall of Famer, the MVP, Chris Jericho!
Has he made a mistake, Excalibur?
I'm torn because this was the only way Chris Jericho could get MJF back in the ring. He had to put his in-ring AEW career on the line in order to tempt MJF into one more match. It will be the final fight. Chris Jericho versus MJF this Sunday live on pay-per-view, Bleacher Report, and Fight TV internationally.
The complete list of Jericho, as you can see at Jericho30.com, but listen to him sing, man.
I'm going to say something I haven't said in a long time. Welcome to Chicago is Jericho! And I usually don't say that anymore, but I thought it was a good time to harken back to my past. Since 22 years ago, I started my main event journey in this business in Chicago. Just a few miles down the road at the Allstate Arena, and the man who recruited me to start that main event journey was this man right here, Jim Ross. And that's why I wanted you out here, Jim.
It's an honor to be here, Chris. But I got to ask you, and a lot of people have asked me, why did you select to put this stipulation on this match yourself? This is your idea. If you don't win, you won't wrestle in the AEW ring again. Why is the ring stipulation?
Yeah. I still remember that day at the Bombay Bicycle Club when I signed with you, Jim, and those are good questions, and I will answer them. But first of all, I want to say something right off the bat. MJF, you are a piece of shit.
Common knowledge.
I think he really undersold it.
But you're diabolical and calculated, so am I. And you're vicious, and you're a button pusher, so am I. And you're confident, and you're oh so arrogant, so am I. As a matter of fact, the only thing you have over me, Max, are 3 victories. 3 times. November 7th, 2020, May 5th, 2021, August 18th, 2021. Those dates are burned in my brain, JR. They're burned in my brain and I can't let it go, and that's why I have to take the chance and put it all on the line to beat you, MJF. I've never been complacent. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm in AEW in the first place. When I first came here almost 3 years ago, there was no guarantee that we were going to succeed. Jim was there. There was no guarantee it was going to be a success. But yet here we are on the 100th episode of Dynamite as the hottest wrestling company in the world today. And if I hadn't taken a chance, I would be kicking myself for being complacent. Sure, I could stay in AEW for a long time. I could have a lot more great matches. I could win a lot more championships. But every time I look myself in the mirror, I would know you couldn't beat MJF. Talk about booze. Imagine how I feel. I couldn't live with that. because I would know that was the beginning of the end of Le Champion and the beginning of the end of my time in this ring. But you know what? I don't want it to be the end. I want more. I don't want to stop. I want more too, and that's why I have to take the chance. And if something horrible, something goes wrong on Sunday, and my journey ends right where it began, here in Chicago, then so be it. I will walk to that commentary desk and do my best full time, and I will thank all of you here and all of you watching for helping me make my dreams come true. And I will thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life. And I will thank you for being a big part of mine. But before that happens, remember, Max, you're not going to take this away from me. You will not take this away from me. If you want Chris Jericho out of this ring, you're going to have to be the best you've ever been. Look me in the eye. You're going to have to be the best you've ever been. You're going to have to break every bone in my body. You're going to have to squeeze every breath out of my lungs. But it's not going to happen because I'm Chris Jericho. And you don't have what it takes, and you don't have the balls to get rid of me. You understand? I'll see you on Sunday at All Out, you little prick.
Jericho putting his AEW in-ring career on the line in the final fight. Jericho versus MJF live this Sunday on pay-per-view.
So much riding on the career of this man in AEW, and he was right. About 3 years ago, he took a chance, and 100 episodes later, what have we become?
Chris Jericho will hold the honor of becoming the first ever AEW World Champion. But one of the most highly anticipated matches of the last 20 years, Darby Allin versus CM Punk, goes down this Sunday.
CM Punk said if he was 15 years old, Darby Allin would have been his favorite wrestler. Well, when Darby Allin was 15 years old, CM Punk was his favorite wrestler. And 7 years ago, you left. 7 years ago is when Darby Allin entered professional wrestling. You said something I didn't like. I'm the first on your list. When you said that, all I could think about is you were already overlooking me. You have seen what I'm willing to do out there, but you have never felt what I'm willing to do out there. So when you said I was the first on the list, in reality, I should have been the last on the list, CM Punk. And now I know what I need to do. I need to do the impossible, and that's beat CM Punk in Chicago, or die trying.
Boy, can't wait for that one, guys.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied to the ring by Hook from East Palo Alto, California, weighing 270 pounds, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we're behind.
Well, that's typical of Cage. Last thing he wants to do is have a fair fight with Will Hobbs.
Brian Cage and Will Hobbs, former teammates.
And of course, Taz, the other voice, joining us here on commentary. Taz, how can you say that about Brian Cage? It was Team Taz that orchestrated that huge betrayal just over a month ago.
I understand that, Excalibur, and I get why people would say that. It's a fair point, but the thing is, Cage has never been a team player. He's always had an agenda. It's always been about him, not the unit.
Rick Knox has not even signaled for the bell on this match. Brian Cage and Powerhouse Hobbs brawling on the outside.
You are talking about two strong, powerful, incredible athletes. Look at this. How about that for
These
Hobbs?
two have all the qualifications to have a slobber knocker, Tom.
Yeah, look at Hook, man. He won't get out of the way.
No.
He'll stand right in front of him, buddy.
He better not. He better not get out of the way, and he would never.
And he created the opening for Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs with a timely elbow drop, and now those hammer blows to the head of Cage.
And that's the thing with Hobbs. You guys know this. You guys know very well his intensity, his power, and his rage. It's coming out big time. Oh, wait. Wow.
Hobbs is 21-5, win-loss record since joining Taz back in November.
Oh, man.
5 straight singles wins, gentlemen. By the way, all in under 1 minute. That man.
Powerhouse Hobbs in control of the machine, Brian Cage. When we have to go to break, we will stick with the action in picture and see how it plays out. Powerhouse Hobbs. I mean, that massive shot just dropped Brian Cage. Taz, not many men can do that.
Well, that's the thing, Excalibur. He's that thick, powerful body of Hobbs. He bodies people. And even to someone as powerful as the machine, Brian Cage, able to take him off his feet.
And, massive shot in the corner. And you see Cage just wilting.
You know, Taz, I think your son would look pretty cool with a haircut like yours.
Yeah. Well,
can he talk his mother into that deal? I doubt it.
The thing with him, he don't listen to me or his mom, so he's kind of on his own. But, yeah, his hair's out there. But, you know, I'm sure some people dig it.
Brian Cage elevated up over Will Hobbs and he hit up the Gamangiri, went for the German suplex. But Hobbs, once again.
Hobbs has got untracked here. Or, excuse me, Brian Cage.
Yes, Brian has. You're right, JR.
He's not got out of he's not found his rhythm, his gear, and just been completely overshadowed and overpowered by Willie Hobbs, the powerhouse.
And Hobbs just putting that knee, guys, right in the middle of the sternum. You saw that, Shivani, and pulling the head up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anybody in AEW that uses their size and body as well as Will Hobbs?
I have to say this, since, you know, you mentioned before, JR, since he has become a part of Team Taz, he's gotten better, and that hold that we just saw is evident that you've had an impact on his career.
Well, yeah, I've tried to work with different submissions, but no, with all the men in our unit, man, that right there.
That's flesh on flesh. What a clothesline.
Big, powerful line right there.
And Will Hobbs really dictating the pace in this match. Brian Cage, for as powerful as he is, likes to go with a much faster offensive cadence, but Hobbs just breaking him down.
Good game plan.
Do you like this deliberate way that he's approaching this match, Taz?
Yes, no, Tony, I definitely do. I mean, because it's a fight. We want to turn this into a fight with Brian Cage. Brian Cage loves to do wrestling moves, all sorts of crazy moves and all this kind of stuff, and that's cool.
Right.
But no. Powerhouse Hobbs is about to beat down, about to fight.
Will Hobbs just with Cage over that center strand.
I've never seen a Cage dominated by anyone like he's being dominated here by Powerhouse Hobbs.
You're right, JR, because it hasn't happened. It hasn't.
And I just wonder how good Hobbs is going to be, the Powerhouse. Sky's the limit.
We're back live here on TNT where these two behemoths, Powerhouse Hobbs and Brian Cage, are going to battle. Hobbs has been in control throughout the break.
All right, there's been a tweet sent out by Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, that said she has some news about a big free agent signing in AEW. And she's got this news. I'm going to go backstage and talk to her pretty soon about this big free agent signing.
Well, why don't you go now? Excuse me. So,
and Hobbs mocking Brian Cage. With Cage, wow, what power hoists up Hobbs. The switch and
watch that.
Hobbs.
Watch out!
Oh, the flatliner.
And once he gets you in the groove there, sticking a Cage, there's no stopping. He found his spot.
And want to remind everybody that AEW will return to the James L. Knight Center in Miami, Florida, Friday, October 15th for Rampage, and a special Saturday Night Dynamite, October 16th. Tickets for both events on sale right now. AEWTIX.com, Ticketmaster.com.
Well, as was pointed out, man, throughout the break, Cage was getting his rear end whoop. But I got to say, unfortunately, he seems to be mounting some sort of a comeback here.
He's too much of an athlete not to.
Oh, nice. He kicked the arm of Powerhouse Hobbs.
Well, he's got quick feet, JR, as you know. Watch this, though. No exploder. Oh! Yeah, that was a well-done suplex right there. Exploder right there by Cage. Come on, Hobbs.
Now we find out how Hobbs does in the deep water.
Yeah, you're right.
He's fixing to get there.
We know he's got offense.
Oh! That was the combo that Cage was going for earlier. He hit it on Hobbs. He shoots the half.
Push out now. Push out. Push out. There you go.
didn't have the leg hook. You can see this assault by Powerhouse Hobbs is really taking its toll on Brian Cage.
I could promise you the resiliency, the toughness, the heart of Hobbs. No one here in AEW has even seen how resilient this man is.
Brian Cage could be looking for drill claw once again. Hobbs escapes out.
Nice, right on that shoulder bicep area. Look at the power of Powerhouse Hobbs. Uh-oh.
Thought he was going for the stampede, but Cage rolled Hobbs through.
Agility, too, man. Look at the
Went for that
agility.
discus line. Watch out! There, baby! Got it!
Pine on the pine!
We got it! Got him! Got him!
Then shades of the great Arn Anderson. That's fine. Buster on the pine.
And Hobbs
is fired up, man.
He is fired up, but he can't afford to allow Brian Cage back into this match.
These little walks around the ring by Powerhouse not working for me.
Well, I understand that, JL, but Cage is flat in the middle of the ring, almost like a dead duck. So he's just trying to...
You're going to get paid for walking, you know that.
I understand that. I understand that.
Well, you can't even beat him.
He's got control. Well, he had control.
Oh. Or you can give him a second chance.
Knee strike underneath the jaw.
Trouble for your man now.
Cage.
Oh, no.
Has Hobbs up.
No. Cage. Oh, my God.
Deep sea diverticulitis by Brian Cage. He's got a chance here.
Well, Hobbs trying to break that momentum, which is smart.
Yeah, getting out of bounds.
Will Hobbs, well over 250 pounds of him, and he picked him up with ease.
What the hell? No, he's...
And look at this, Brian Cage.
Strength and power from Brian Cage, who may have just rediscovered something that he needs tonight to beat the Powerhouse.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Hobbs, you got to get out of this. No.
And Hook grabbing the attention of Rick Knox.
Hoisting that 270-pound man up. Wait a minute.
Oh, but look at this. The FTW Championship. This is a replay of what happened in Austin.
That knocked him out. That knocked him out.
The town business.
Oh, it was a home run. Oh, baby. Oh.
Powerhouse.
Team Taz always has a plan.
Teamwork. You guys understand that Jim Ross, you know team better than anybody, buddy. That's teamwork, my friend.
Pretty smooth plan.
Multiple daggers in the back of Brian Cage, courtesy of Team Taz.
Well, we set him up, as you see right here. Wow. Absolute Ricky Sauce, the FTW champion, just dropping, nailing. And look at this. Just like I drew it up, baby. Perfect. Absolutely.
Town business, he calls it.
The FTW champion, Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Hook.
Hey, that's why I'm the coach of the year. Come on, guys.
Already?
Yeah.
Well, last week, after the shocking conclusion to Dynamite, Malachi Black had these words for Big Shotty Lee Johnson.
What a weird narrative to spin, Mr. Johnson. That I supposedly left the ring because you entered it. No, I left the ring because it is I that dictate when we fight, not you. And ever since that moment, I have given you 7 days. 7 days to atone for interrupting me. I want to remind you that I took mercy on Cody and Arn and Brock. I granted them a swift death. You, however, will not be so lucky. I will make you suffer. At the end of it, I will place a coin on each one of your eyelids. So when I send you down to Hades, you can pay the boatman's toll.
What we don't do on Dynamite is stand up on the stage like a bunch of little kids and laugh at QT Marshall. So Paul White, get your big ass out here. I want you to come laugh right in my face. Man to man, just you and me, heavyweight to heavyweight.
Talking awfully big with members of the factory with you, isn't it?
Yeah, just you and me. Just you and me.
Well, we know that it'll be Paul White and QT Marshall this Sunday at All Out on pay-per-view. And you can keep up with some of the more of the other stories for All Out on the Countdown Special, airing immediately after Rampage this Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern.
90 minutes of great action Friday night on TNT.
Paul White not backing down from QT Marshall and his goons.
Wait a minute.
And the numbers, just too much for Paul White.
Look at QT standing behind directing traffic. Oh, my God, he may have a different attitude now. Oh! That is a Cunningham-sized fist.
Paul White.
He's having fun.
So are we. Yeah! Look at Aaron Solo.
Massive chokeslam by Paul White, but I don't think he knows Aaron Solo's up in the corner behind him.
Now he does.
Solo just got swatted out of the air.
Swatted him out of the air.
Look, he got hit with a catcher's mitt.
And
oh, look at this.
Look at that Gun Club coming to even the odds.
Gun Club helping out Paul White.
They've seen enough of the factory.
Last week they helped him out, if you'll recall, and now again standing shoulder to shoulder with him.
QT Marshall with a steel chair in hand.
Nowhere to go. Yeah. Woo.
Was QT lost his mind? He's got to fight the Big Show Saturday night, and it will be, Sunday night, and it will be one-on-one.
Paul White, QT Marshall, one-on-one, part of our massive all-out pay-per-view event this Sunday.
Great showing by the Gun Club here to help out Paul White. And he can stick, QT can stick as many members of the factory as oh! What the hell just happened?
Wait a minute. Wait, what was that?
Billy Gunn with that shot to the spine of Paul White.
I think he was maybe going for that hip.
Big Show's got a surgically repaired hip.
He can't even get up after that.
Tony, you're right.
Now, is QT trying to win an Oscar by acting surprised? Or did he set this whole damn thing up?
The guy bent that chair. Look at the chair.
And he bent that over that hip. And now the shot to the head by Billy Gunn.
What is this all about?
And his scumbag sons, Austin and Colton, just looking on.
Ahead of the match and all out against QT, he has been leveled by a chair in the hip and in the head.
Paul White's first ever AEW match, maybe just completely derailed after this assault by Billy Gunn, this betrayal by Billy Gunn.
Well, the fans letting QT.
Oh, wait, look.
Oh, my. I hate to see this.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can go. Look.
Oh! Diamond cutter by QT Marshall.
On a fallen man that's been hit by a chair twice. All right.
A disgusting display by QT Marshall.
He'll pay.
You know what? I hate QT Marshall. Paul White is a friend of mine. He is also my broadcast colleague. And now I only wonder if he can even make it 100% what he's going to be at All Out coming up on Sunday. All right, I'm going to be back with Britt. I'm going to go back and talk to Britt Baker about this major signing of free agent here for AEW. Okay? Interesting strike.
We will have all of that and so much more after this short break.
We are with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. What's this big news you have for us?
Well, this big news is we're finally going to add a little star power to this women's casino battle royale because 2 of the most prestige females in all of wrestling are going to be in it, and they're standing right next to me. And if Reba or Jamie, if Jamie should win, this title's going nowhere because she's my girl and she's not going to turn on me. So this title's staying right where it is.
Aren't you underestimating Chris Statlander? She's undefeated before this pay-per-view.
That brings me to my next big news. Actually, some free agent news. Because one of the hottest stars in all of professional wrestling has just signed a long-term contract with AEW, guaranteed to keep the ratings sky high. And that name is me. I'm going to be here a lot longer, guys. And Tony Khan, because I'm the women's champion and his golden girl, has allowed me to make a match whatever I want. So my girls are going to have a little Friday night feast with Chris Statlander in a 2-on-1 handicap match, which is really unfortunate that it's 2 nights before the pay-per-view. I hope she doesn't get hurt. That would be terrible. Yeah. See you Friday, Chris. Yours truly, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Dr. Britt Baker holding all the cards in that contract renegotiation but that was Tony Khan's only concession. This handicap match on Friday night.
She's pot the manipulator.
This next contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Penelope Ford.
Well, last week here on AEW Dynamite, we saw the Bunny trying to create some allies, somebody to watch her back in the Women's Casino Battle Royale coming up at All Out. Ty Conti.
She turned it down, obviously. All hell broke loose.
But she did. The Bunny found an ally in Penelope Ford, who used those brass knuckles to rock Ty Conti, and now the Bunny and Penelope seemingly have an alliance this Sunday on pay-per-view.
Wow.
And her opponent from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Ty Conti.
Well, that trademark smile is not on her face here, is it?
All business tonight for the lovely young Brazilian.
Ty Conti felt those brass knuckles across her jaw.
Conti has quietly amassed a 24-4 record in 2021.
Oh, Ty Conti!
Well, that's a nice pre-start because the bell hasn't sounded.
Ty Conti taking it to Penelope Ford and the Bunny. And could this be a preview of what we will see Sunday in the Women's Casino Battle Royale?
Remember, the winner will go on to get a world title shot, be it either Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, or Chris Statlander. By the way, I shouldn't be surprised about this big free agent announcement herself. It's all about me. I get that.
Of course, that AEW Women's World Championship match and all of the other big matches. We'll have a look at them this Friday night, immediately following Rampage, right here on TNT, the countdown to All Out.
More exclusive interviews, more exclusive footage on the countdown.
Were you expecting someone else, Tony?
Well, you never know. I mean,
I'm just asking.
I mean, how about when the CM Punk came out, right? And then you hear somebody else, and you just don't know.
Ty Conti with backbreaker and a roll-up here. No, Penelope able to kick out.
Ty's got such an amazing array of disciplines that she can utilize.
That's right, a black belt in judo, a blue belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and as we've seen, has really grown before our eyes as a professional wrestler. That pump kick, hook of the far leg, Penelope able to kick out.
Ty's still getting her baby teeth, so to speak, in the game of pro wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Been a pro wrestler for 4 years.
Yeah, but she's a quick learner, man.
Well, I know. She's got a great upside. And I've also been impressed with Penelope Ford.
Oh, I've always have. I mean, Penelope has...
Oh!
Wow.
Our women's roster is impressive.
And getting better.
And Ty Conti springing up to the top rope, but Penelope disrupts the balance. And we have to take a break, but we will stick with the action in picture-in-picture. Penelope Ford versus Ty Conti. Cover here.
We've already seen one match decided in the commercial break here tonight, and that was a 2 count.
Penelope has really taken advantage of Ty Conti here.
Yeah, Penelope's got that mean streak, and I've always said you need the mean streak. I mean, we know the Women's World Champions got one, right? We know that. You really got to have one.
I'm impressed with Penelope for a lot of reasons, and one of them is the fact that she got her college degree while wrestling here. She spent her time, and she invested in herself. Man, I'm going to invest in this main event tonight, too.
Yeah, man.
Look at that talent. Looks like an all-star card.
And, of course, remember, it'll be the Lucha Bros challenging the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship inside the steel cage this Sunday at All Out on pay-per-view or Fight TV.
Oh. A little creative.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Penelope. And then, whoa! Drop kick to the spine of Ty Conti.
Ty's taking a lot of punishment here. So the end result of this is going to be is, can Conti continue to take this punishment? And can she bring Penelope in to make a mistake?
JR, you mentioned Ty Conti's impressive win-loss record this year. one of those very rare losses came last Friday night, courtesy of those brass knuckles from the Bunny. I mean, think about that. That's what it took to put down Ty Conti. As Penelope now with the cover.
Going for a very delayed cover that I think cost her some there. Ty Conti would like to be tagging somebody in.
Big shots to the spine there by Penelope Ford.
Yeah, I was talking about a mean streak. No one is meaner than the Bunny. No one.
She's a little dangerous.
Oh, boy, is she ever. Ooh, look at, how about that slug, man? That was a shot in the back.
Yeah, and you know, if Ty Conti is dropping from something like that, there's got to be something with her back.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Penelope just choking Ty Conti on that top rope.
That's ruthless. That is absolutely ruthless.
And Ty Conti, with that win-loss record, she's got to be one of the favorites in this Women's Casino Battle Royale coming up this Sunday on pay-per-view.
I can't see how she couldn't be. Her record is that impressive.
Penelope just continuing to punish Ty Conti. Ty Conti rises to her feet as she battles Penelope Ford ahead of the Women's Casino Battle Royale coming up this Sunday on pay-per-view at All Out.
Folks, we're getting sand through the hourglass here as it relates to our main event tonight, which I predict is going to be off the hook.
Massive 8-man tag team match as Penelope Ford, nobody home in the corner, and Ty Conti pump kick.
Oh, that's one of her best offensive moves, and she missed it.
Oh. That tag team main event, that big 8-man, is highlighted by the best tag team in the world because they're the AEW tag team champions.
Yes. Oh,
talking
wow.
about the Young Bucks.
Ty Conti once again springing up to the top, diving cross body.
We've seen our share of cross bodies tonight.
Well,
but none that look prettier than that one.
I don't know if we've seen Ty Conti do many of those, if any, before.
Oh,
you got to bring something new, though, don't you?
The swing and the miss by Penelope, and Ty gonna make her pay.
Oh. Man, that could do it.
Far leg hooked. No.
Oh, barely.
Hand it to Penelope Ford for kicking out of that predicament and a very strong cover.
Penelope Ford showing her toughness, but Ty Conti back. Oh, what is Penelope? Oh! Penelope using
those steel cables that look like ropes.
Yeah. Using Penelope using Ty's leverage against her.
Single
and now
crab?
Half crab.
Single leg crab, but instead she could be looking for that Indian deathlock. We've seen her submit so many opponents with this hold.
Yeah, it's called the Muda lock, and look at this. What? She got out of it.
And
look at that ankle, the direction of that ankle. The angle.
A calf slicer on Penelope Ford. Penelope trying to make that desperate crawl.
She wants out of bounds. She got there. Aubrey Edwards is going to have to break it.
Such tremendous pain being put on that left calf and the ankle of Penelope Ford. Ty looking to inhibit her opponent's mobility.
Well, she has.
And there's the pump kick.
Man.
Yeah, that one made its mark. She's going to do it again.
And the second one.
Man, so accurate, so forceful.
The trifecta.
Man, if that don't do it, we've got to change professions.
3 shots across the jaw. Ty Conti was looking for the DDT. Penelope counters out of it.
Yeah. I can't believe the counter.
Ripcorded her way out of it is what she did.
Does she have Ty? Gutbuster by Penelope, but you can see that leg of hers. 1, 2, no.
Wow.
These ladies having a hell of a match, guys.
They absolutely are.
I think if Penelope Ford didn't take that heartbeat to try to work out that pain in her calf, she might have got the victory right there.
You're right. We'll never know, but that very well could have happened. And the fans respecting and appreciating what they're seeing here tonight. And on that note, we'll say thank you guys for joining us wherever you are.
Inside cradle.
No bigger honor than being invited to one's home.
Absolutely.
Massive elbow strike. The Bunny.
Distraction.
You knew this was going to happen. You just didn't know when.
Come on, Bunny.
And now is when.
She's like Bunny on Chicago PD.
But Penelope Ford. Oh!
Oh! The heads cracked together.
Little friendly fire there. Ty with the roll up in the win.
Resourceful. Opportunistic. And this young woman is getting better and better every time we see her. She just ran her record to 25-4.
Ty Conti picked up an important win before the Casino Battle Royale, but the Bunny and Penelope not done with Ty just yet.
Man, what a double team by these two fearsome blondes.
Yeah, Ty is at their mercy right now. Nothing she can do at all.
They know Ty is one of the biggest threats. Wait a second.
What is this all about? Oh, it's
Anna Jay!
Look at this!
Anna Jay's back!
Anna Jay coming to her BFF Ty Conti's aid.
Boy, what a reunion.
What a return. We haven't seen her in months.
What a return. And guys, what about this? Tony Khan has just told me that Anna Jay will make her return to action this Sunday as part of the Women's Casino Battle Royale. How about that?
Thunder Rosa, we just got word. Anna Jay is going to be making her return at the Women's Casino Battle Royale and All Out this Sunday. But I want to ask you about your chances at winning this match and getting an AEW Women's World Title shot.
Well, you know what? It's about damn winning. Win what? Come on, guys. Are you seriously trying to intimidate me? Intimidate? Yeah. Really? Well, if I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down swinging. Get her!
Not smart. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. If I could just get in between you guys. There is no sense in doing this right now. There's way more money on Sunday, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
That's the first time you made any kind of sense.
I don't know about that, but I think we should just step over here. We made our point.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this Friday night on Rampage, the incomparable CM Punk returns. And after what happened tonight, who knows what goes down Friday night?
And can Daniel Garcia upset the huge match in the making when he goes one-on-one with Darby Allin?
Malachi Black and Lee Johnson will go one-on-one as well in Rampage Friday night.
And Chris Statlander will have a handicap match when she takes on Jamie Hayter and Rebel.
And we will hear from the TNT champion, Miro.
And ladies and gentlemen, next Wednesday night on Dynamite in Cincinnati, John Moxley's hometown, his homecoming is next Wednesday night.
And what about this? Tony Khan has just announced that at the buy-in, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, and Jurassic Express will team up to take on Matt Hardy in the HFO.
Also, we will have for the AEW World Championship, the champion Kenny Omega defends against Christian Cage. And for the AEW Women's Championship, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, against Chris Statlander.
And ladies and gentlemen, the AEW World Tag Team Championship will be decided to the greatest teams in the entire world. The Young Bucks will defend against Lucha Bros.
And the undefeated TNT champion Miro puts the title on the line against Eddie Kingston. And the ever-growing Women's Casino Battle Royale for a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship. And can Paul White make it to Sunday? Can he make it to the ring to take on QT Marshall?
John Moxley returns. He'll be taking on Kojima. And that'll be a big match coming up at All Out. And then again, Chris Jericho, the final fight. If he loses, he will never wrestle again in AEW. He will face MJF. Let's hear more on this match.
Seeing what Chris has accomplished in AEW since the debut of our brand has been nothing short of extraordinary.
When he arrived at the press conference, really it shocked and stunned everyone.
This evolution of trials that Jericho has gone through has pushed him mentally, physically, and even emotionally to the limit.
You are putting your in-ring career on the line against the same man who has mopped the floor with you 3 times!
MJF really kept Jericho on his toes.
I can see where MJF wants the throne for himself.
And if Chris Jericho loses this match, I don't think anyone understands the ramifications that will be felt throughout the wrestling world.
Does MJF retire the great Chris Jericho?
I'm worried.
Well, Sunday night will be Jericho's last match ever.
CM Punk, Darby Allin, the most anticipated match we've ever had, coming up Sunday night.
And coming up next, our main event, the Young Bucks, Gallows and Anderson take on the Lucha Bros and Jungle Boy Luchasaurus, and that is next. Welcome back to AEW Dynamite. We are just heartbeats away from our main event.
Your main event tonight is an 8-man tag team match set for one fall or TV time remaining. Introducing first, being accompanied by Marco Stunt at a combined weight of 443 pounds, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Jurassic Express.
And before our main event gets underway, we want to thank the City of Milwaukee and the Brewers organization for being great hosts to All Elite Wrestling. You can bid on a customized Milwaukee Brewers jersey worn by Paul White for his first pitch ceremony. Bidding ends on Friday at midnight Eastern. You can bid now at AEWcommunity.com, and all the proceeds will support the Brewers Community Foundation.
I love the fact that AEW is getting more and more involved in community service. It's something more companies should do, and we all should do as individuals.
Being accompanied by Alex Abraham from Mexico City, Mexico, at a combined weight of 383 pounds, Penta El Zero Miedo, Rey Fenix, the Lucha Brothers.
Tony, we saw that cage looming high above the ring.
And we are looking, making our way to the ring, Excalibur and JR. Very well could be the next World Tag Team Champions. There's your cage.
Here's a scenario, guys. The two greatest tag teams in the world inside a steel cage on pay-per-view this Sunday night. How could it get any better than that? And you know both those teams want to show off.
You know the Elite always has a plan, but the cage on Sunday night will safeguard some of that for the Lucha Bros.
And their opponents, at a total combined weight of 902 pounds, the team of Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, and the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks.
Well, we know Tony Khan made this match a steel cage match because of all the interference. This steel cage is not designed to be escaped. It is designed to keep people out.
Yeah, good luck on that, Excalibur. I love the principles of it. You know, something, I don't know what it is. Tonight I'm remembering things that Mr. Jackson there reminds me of a young Michael Hayes.
Whoa. Well, let me say this.
Nick Jackson, that is.
Yes. The Young Bucks are the greatest tag team in the world, but over the last year, they have relied on outside interference to retain the title. They have relied on the Elite. The cage you see high above the ring on Sunday night will prevent that. And my tip of the cap to Tony Khan, to AEW, for saying we've had enough. We've had enough uranics. Let's make it a straight match. 2-on-2, team against team, and keep that Don Callis and the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, out of the way.
Want to remind all of our AEW fans that we are coming to the tri-state area for 2 consecutive weeks. Wednesday, September 15th at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. You can witness our first ever tri-state area show. And then on Wednesday, September 22nd at the Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. Be a part of both historic events right now at AEWTIX.com or Ticketmaster.com.
We're being joined by Don Callis. I'll break the bad news. I'm the evil weatherman. Here he is, Don Callis, with his pink scarf
that he put around me.
And you gotta get cooties.
You might actually get some attention later, Shivani, with that pink scarf on.
Well, whatever it takes.
Miracles can happen.
With these two big bulls here hammering it out.
Wait, Don, what do you think when you see that cage? High above the ring, you think?
I think about pain. I think about people having to pay the price for bad talk in the elite. That's what I think about.
I think about no interference is what I'm thinking about.
We don't need interference. We're running this thing, Shivani. Haven't you noticed?
You're right. You don't need interference.
Correct.
The Bucks don't need it.
That's
so
why we never have it.
But here's the thing, Tony. Have the Young Bucks become too reliant on the interference? Have they expected somebody to always come and have their back?
Look at this athletic exchange from two big men looking for the heavy hitting strikes.
Yeah, man. I tell you, Doc Gallows and you Luchasaurus. This is a big time matchup.
This is a super heavyweight battle.
Whoa, look at this.
Vertical suplex.
Picked him up with ease. With ease.
That was some risky business because the heels of Gallows got a little close to the ropes.
Luchasaurus is a freaky athlete, Jim Ross. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. He's certainly big and he's got great flexibility. I've said that a lot of times.
And Nick Jackson gets flattened by Luchasaurus. The tag made out to Rey Fenix. And Phoenix comes in over the top. Nick Jackson and Rey Fenix.
Great contrast in styles from what we have seen earlier.
Great anticipation by Nick. And anticipation by Rey Fenix as well. The brothers lock eyes with the elder brothers, and now,
here we go.
Quadruple super kicks.
He just Conor McGregor'd his leg there.
Oh, and look at this, Gallows and Anderson from behind.
See, there's always a plan. There's always interference.
Of course there's a plan. This is professional sports, Shivani. What do you think I do? Just go out there and look good in a pink scarf? We game plan.
Oh, in those shoes.
Well, we have to take a break from our main event, but we will stick with the action in picture-in-picture. You won't miss a second.
Oh, look at that.
Nice sling blade there by Penta. And he makes the tag out to Jungle Boy. Remember last week how the Young Bucks tried to drive a wedge between these two teams ahead of their tag team eliminator final.
I heard that Phoenix and Penta never got along.
Oh, look at the far leg.
Where did you hear that, Don?
I hear things. People tell me things, Jim Ross.
I'm just curious.
Very popular in the back. You know that.
In the back. I love that wrestling term.
Out by the dumpsters.
I'm popular in the back. That can take a lot of different meanings, Don.
Oh, my God. Jungle Boy.
Right on the apron.
Went for the hook on Rana, and the Young Bucks countered in the powerbomb on the apron.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, bring in the stooge.
Yeah, he's a licensed therapist.
What?
What kind of mental? Podiatrist? What would he be?
From the University of Martinique. He's got a degree.
I'm sure he does. And someday I'd love to see it all nice and framed.
Look at Jungle Boy fight back, though, guys. Man, you could put him on the apron, powerbomb him on there. He's going to fight back.
Jungle Boy is a fantastic talent.
Yes, he is.
Unfortunately for him, he's in there with perhaps, not perhaps, the greatest tag team in the history of the world, the Young Bucks.
Or the Lucha Brothers. Doc Gallows makes the tag out. No response there from Don, of course. Doc Gallows putting the boots to the ribs of Jungle Boy.
You're a grown man wearing a Lucha mask. You have no credibility when you talk about the Lucha Brothers.
Stop that now. He has plenty of credibility.
Be nice, Don. Play well with others. We're indulging your
It hasn't worked well for me so far.
exuberance here.
Look at Gallows leaning in on this chin lock.
Jungle Boy ripped down to the canvas.
Great teamwork here from the Elite.
You'll be hard-pressed to find a more scintillating athlete than Nick Jackson, but Phoenix comes close.
Absolutely does. What a cheap shot there by Big Luke.
Gallows, the heel of his boot to the side of Jungle Boy's head. Nick Jackson
He's just channeling Macho Man Randy Savage there, too. Did you guys notice that?
Oh, sure did.
He's a lot better than him.
Oh, he does that all the time. Oh.
Going after the knees of Luchasaurus there.
Smart.
On the chop across the throat to Rey Fenix.
And shocking, the world's greatest tag team is in control.
Jungle Boy isolated by the Young Bucks here. We're back live here on TNT for our main event. Let's take a look back at what happened during the break. You saw it in picture. A massive power bomb on the apron to Jungle Boy. Oh, Jungle Boy!
Nice shot by Jungle Boy.
There it was, man, and he bounced back from that there from another angle.
And now he is fighting against the numbers of the Elite.
Yeah, he's fighting against everyone. Wrong corner to do all that. Here we go.
And Jungle Boy makes the tag to Rey Fenix.
Big time tag, very timely.
Rey Fenix, perpetual motion personified.
You're taking a look at two of the guys will be in the cage.
Sunday night on pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
With the AEW World Tag Team Championship hanging in the balance, Rey Fenix. A kick to the face, Fenix. Tremendous balance as he takes down Nick Jackson.
And they're standing here at the Now Arena. And maybe Sunday they'll be standing for new World Tag Team champs.
They need to ground Phoenix.
Man, Sunday night, I can't wait to see this tremendous cage match.
They need to ground Phoenix, but Phoenix right now with the advantage.
Look at the spot picker Penta.
Rey Fenix planted Nick Jackson, and now a little perineal punishment from Penta El Cerro Miedo.
Look at the leg, here we go. Near fall, Matt Jackson interrupts justice. The latest hour he can arrive.
Jim Ross, this referee needs to get control here, in my opinion.
I think he should write him up.
He's doing a great job. Stop it.
Nick Jackson with the Tijeras and the arm drag combination on the Lucha Brothers. What a super kick, but what a return by Penta. Oh my God. Wow.
They're wiped out.
Well, as they say in the hills of Oklahoma, let the hide go with the talent.
And we know how well these two teams, the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks, know each other. It was at the very first All Out where they met in a ladder match, one of the all-time classic tag team matches in AEW.
These two teams have nothing but classics. And you can only imagine the added emphasis being on a main event level match for the championship in the cage at our biggest pay-per-view ever this Sunday.
And look at this ugly freak, Luchasaurus, taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah, he's manhandling Gallows and Anderson is what he's doing.
John, things looking a little grim for your guys out there.
It's early.
Don, go call a timeout, regroup.
And Luchasaurus stops Nick Jackson and send him out to the outside.
I'm not sure who the hell got the worst of that deal.
Directing Jungle Boy to hit the ropes.
And Jungle Boy off the back of Luchasaurus with a tornado. Machine Gun Anderson just walked right into the grip of the dinosaur.
Man, what a hard choke slam.
Moonsault press, the cover.
That's a mighty big man to do a standing moonsault press, I'll tell you.
It's
very impressive.
It's impressive, but Carl Anderson is a legend both in Japan and North America.
Don, what do you say? Every time I say something nice about the opposition, you take it personally.
I'm just trying to keep you honest, Jim Ross.
Shivani and Excalibur do a good job of
look at Cutler.
What happened?
Yeah,
I was arguing with JR, I missed that.
Well, then watch your monitor like you're supposed to. Speaking of honest,
Gallows and Anderson, Magic Killer.
Good night.
It's the cover from Rey Fenix. 1, 2, now Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus, man.
The cage on Sunday is going to prevent this type of stuff.
That's a good point, Tony.
It's going to prevent Luchasaurus from cheating. Yes, I hope so.
It's going to prevent Stooge Boy from spraying people in the eyes. That's what it's going to do.
The Young Bucks enter the ring. Matt Jackson, the legal man, they're looking for the BTE trigger on Rey Fenix. Fenix,
miscalculation.
A little bit more, 15% for the Bucks, and a double cutter from Rey Fenix.
Look at that timing. You talk about amazing hand and eye coordination.
It is amazing. It is amazing. I admit that, but the Bucks need a tag in the worst way.
Rey Fenix taking Anderson and Gallows. He's clearing the decks. Springs up. Crossbody caught.
Here we go.
The Melton driver.
Good night.
1, 2, 3.
The Elite.
I've got some little piece of business to take care of, Jim Ross.
We'll see you,
You'll
John.
find out.
Right when you get work.
Don't let the door hit you.
Could this be what we see this Sunday night live on pay-per-view?
No, that's all we need to see is the world champion.
AEW World Champion Kenny Omega, who of course will have to face the undefeated Christian Cage.
Something's got to give, Excalibur. Something's got to give there.
Last time they met, we saw what happened.
Classic match.
Classic match on Rampage.
It was a classic match that saw Kenny Omega defeated for the first time in over 18
get out of my
months.
way. Hey, yeah, I'm talking to you.
He's the best. Kenny's the best. Simple as that.
Hey, get rid of him. Get rid of him. Hey.
Oh, look at this. The Elite.
What do you think you're doing, huh? Boy, you guys annoying. You just can't take a hit, can you? Huh?
The Elite with the numbers advantage.
You're not even in contention. Hey, take care of him. And take care of the dinosaur.
Oh,
what the hell,
take care of
guys?
him. That's right. That's right.
A magic killer on the table, my
you
God.
You know what to do. You know what to do.
Oh!
There we go. There we go.
Luchasaurus driven through the table with the magic killer.
Hey, Jungle Boy Jack.
God, it looks like a
buddy. Buddy. Huh?
Crime
Who do you
scene.
think you are, huh? Who do you think you are, I am?
This is the reason for a cage.
You're not even in contention anymore. You're a no.
And yes, it is a reason for a cage. A Christian cage.
Yes, sir, baby.
Oh, spear.
And the fireworks are back on here in Chicago.
Help me.
But Kenny Omega.
Too many.
Calling in the reinforcements of the Elite.
Kenny and his group have the numbers game, no doubt about it.
What, kendo sticks for all? What the hell?
You thought you're so clever, huh? You just fell right into a trap. Hey, Mr. Tony Khan. Great meeting today. Love talking about the video game. Love talking about those ratings. But you really got to be careful not to misplace your personal items. Mr. Callis, I know you've got the keys to the cage control room.
What?
Let her rip! Bring it down! Bring it down!
The cage descending from the top of the now arena.
You thought we were done? You thought we were done?
My God.
You thought I was done, Christian? I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Hey, bring him up, pick him up, pick him up.
My God, what's going to keep the Elite out on Sunday is keeping them in right now.
Christian Cage and the Lucha Brothers locked in with the Elite inside the cage.
This evil structure is
How do
surrounding
ribs feel,
these
Christian?
men.
Huh? Hold this, Dak.
And the kendo
How does that back
stick.
feel, Christian? Huh? Hey, Knack, hold this.
Oh my God! The Lucha Brothers and Christian Cage are just being dismantled here by the Elite.
This is beyond horrible.
And Alex Abrahantes has called in the reinforcements. Frankie Kazarian and Dante Martin.
Yeah, but they're outside the cage.
Don't let them get in.
Here comes
Don't
Orange
let them get in.
Cassidy as well.
Try as you may, you're not getting in. No,
Again.
you're getting in. Hey.
There you see what the cage can do.
Get out.
How the cage
Look at
can
Jungle
prevent.
Boy.
The spray in the eyes of Jungle Boy.
He was trying to scale the
Get him out.
cage.
Marco Stuntz very nearly made it to the top.
They'll kill
Get him
Marco.
out. Get him out. Hey.
Cutler in the eyes of Marco.
Get him out.
Look at this. The Elite holding all the reinforcements at bay.
Sick.
It's the cage. It's the cage doing it. The same cage that Sunday will hopefully
not yet.
keep
Get
these
guys,
idiots
get these
out.
guys.
The cage is doing its job.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Christian, you thought it was done?
Oh my God,
You thought we were done?
handcuffs with the.
Oh,
There we go.
the Lucha Brothers are handcuffed to the ropes.
There we go. Hey, Knack, what are you doing? Hold this.
Oh my God, this is an all-out assault.
Relentless. Amazingly relentless.
This is an
Hey,
absolute.
Bucks.
It's a crime.
Bucks. Christian. Hey, Nick. Hey, calm down, buddy. Calm down, buddy. Hey, calm down. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. Let's get Christian. Let's get Christian.
Of course,
Let's get Christian.
that's what's on Kenny's
Let's get
agenda.
Christian.
What shape will the challengers be in this Sunday?
So much fun, Christian.
Good question, Excalibur.
We're going to have so much fun at the pay-per-view. We're going to have so much fun. Hey, get Frankie.
Christian Cage being held
I want
by the Young Bucks.
Here we go. Hey, are you ready for it? Scream it out loud if you know the words, guys. BTE Trigger.
Oh my God! Clean shot right to the face of the undefeated